Assalamualaikum and hi to Dr. and friend. Today I, Haiza Izani binti Muhammad Tajuk Anwar, will tell you about our chosen topic, which is film noir lighting techniques. So what is film noir? Film noir, meaning black film in French, refers to a genre of dark cynical films that became popular in the 1940s and 50s. These films are known for their moody atmosphere, shadows and moral ambiguity. The lighting in film noir is typically low-key, meaning it uses a strong key light, little to no fill light and deep shadows. This creates a high contrast called chiaroscuro. To make it simple, this technique often shot in black and white.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Siti Nur Shakira binti Mak Yazid. I want to talk about film noir lighting technique. There are 5 techniques in film noir, which is low-key lighting, high contrast, backlighting and silhouettes, hard light and shadow, and lastly is light through object. Firstly, film noir have low-key lighting. Low-key lighting is a lighting technique used in photography, filmmaking and videography that emphasize dark shadow, high contrast and minimal lighting. This technique is used to create a specific mood or atmosphere such as mystery, tension, sadness or intense drama. Secondly is high contrast. High contrast in a visual context refers to the stark difference between light and dark elements within a composition. It creates an image that is bold and dramatic, featuring deep shadows, strong highlights, and very few midtones. Thirdly is light through object. Light through an object creates dramatic shadow or patterns by placing light through objects like blinds or windows. This technique adds to the mysterious and tense atmosphere, highlighting themes of ambiguity and psychological conflict. Fourthly is hard light and shadow. Hard light refers to intense, direct light and great sharp, well-defined shadows, highlighting texture and details. Shadows is the dark area formed when an object blocks light, with hard light producing sharp, clear shadow. Both are used to create dramatic effects in photography and lighting. Lastly, film noir has backlighting and silhouettes. Backlighting is a lighting technique where the light source is placed behind the subject, creating a glowing outline around it, while the front of the subject remains shadow or dark. Silhouette is the dark outline of a subject, since again a bright background, typically created by backlighting, highlighting the shape without showing details. That's all about technique in film noir. For the next slide, I will hand over to Haifa.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Haifa and I'm Ismail. I will talk about our photograph. First, we use a technique low-key lighting. So it shows a strong contrast between light and shadow to create a dramatic mood. So most of the image is dark, so with only a half selective part of the face catching light. Half single source lighting that illuminates only portion of face and spaces. It's also underlit faces that obscure character expression and intentions. Secondly, we use a high contrast chiaroscuro. So it shows a bold light dark contrast to highlight mystery and tension. The person in the picture is dramatically lit just 2 light sources from their tablet screen and small light on the wall. So most of the room remain in a deep shadow, creating dark contrast between light and dark area. So the lighting highlight only half of the person's face in profile, so while leaving much in darkness. This selective lighting creates a mysterious, dramatic mood similar to film noir. So where shadow often represent isolation or hidden element, this minimal lighting draw our attention specifically to the illuminate feature while creating a moody or intimate atmosphere.
My name is Noala Syara binti Abdullah and I will explain few of lighting technique in film noir. The third one was hard light and shadow. This technique uses sharp and intense lighting to produce strong contrast and deep shadow. And as you can see from the picture we have there, it creates tense and dramatic atmosphere since it has intensity and tension in the image. This technique makes subject more stand out against the background, and it also creates dramatic visual impact through the strong contrast between subject and shadow. Next was light through object technique. This technique breaks the lights into interesting shape and pattern on the subject and background. We can use few objects like window, blind, and this technique make high contrast between the bright light strip and dark shadow, and it creates a dramatic moody effect as you can see from the picture. And the angle that we use of light creates a clear and defined shadow, and it has a sense of mystery as the face is obscured by the shadow pattern. Last but not least, backlighting and silhouette technique. This technique creates a dramatic shadow of the person onto the wall. And in this technique, the most dramatic silhouette effect is actually the shadow on the wall, which is appear as a bold graphic element. This technique can be used to create a mystery and hide identity, since the shadow become almost like a second character in the picture. And this technique also create a mood of mystery, emotion, or even storytelling through their body language and pose.
Hi, my name is Shuhada and I will explain about reflect on how the technique enhance visual storytelling. Okay, so through this process, we have learned how powerful and important lighting is in telling a story visually. For our group, we got film noir lighting technique, and we realized that this technique doesn't require expensive equipment. We just need to be creative and understanding on how lighting behave. In this technique, we can using simple tools like lamp or flashlight to recreate the dramatic and cinematic moods. This technique enhances storytelling by guiding emotion through the lighting and shadow. It creates mystery, highlight the conflict, and draw attention to important elements within frame, even though it's just using monochrome color. Now we see how every shadow and highlight has purpose. It was the magic of film noir lighting, from an ordinary scene change into something more emotionally. Thank you.